Tonight on Arizona Art Beat, we hear from one of the world's best-known ballet dancers. His name is David Hallberg. He's the first American premier dancer to join the Bolshoi Ballet, and he grew up and trained right here in Arizona. Hallberg has also established a scholarship to help more boys and young men pursue a career in ballet. I recently talked to David Hallberg about his scholarship, his career, and the bullying he faced when he studied ballet as a boy. David, thanks for joining us tonight on Arizona Horizon.
Pleasure to be here.
Why start a scholarship for boys interested in ballet?
You know, I was one of those boys when I was young who had the itch to dance, but didn't really have the direction or the guidance, didn't really know where to train. And that's essentially what I'm trying to do, is bring awareness to really good, strong classical ballet training. And if boys, you know, a lot of the times it's more boys than girls who have that inclination naturally, who want to dance. And I would want to bring that sort of awareness to boys and say, you know, at the School of Ballet Arizona, you can get great training and financial help if you need that.
And that financial help can be an issue, can't it? Because a lot of these kids come from families and they just simply can't afford it.
Of course. It can cost to upwards of $5,000 a year for training. And if that, in essence, is a complication, then this scholarship offers that sort of help.
Does that also help to get boys interested in ballet? Because let's face it, this is America, boys eating baseball, hot dogs, and the whole 9 yards. And there are boys out there who look at dance and go, I think I like this, but they're not sure. There's peer pressure, the whole. How do you get past all that?
You get past all that by, first of all, your own motivation. And second of all, awareness. I find that, you know, if there's a scholarship that exists like this and word is out, you can, in essence, find a great school to train at and see if you like it. You know, you don't necessarily have to become a huge professional dancer in a big ballet company, but this gives the sort of platform to train, you know, young male dancers who have a desire to dance.
Is there more of a desire, do you think, and I think I know the answer to this question, but more of a desire among European boys than American boys?
There is, but again, there's more awareness. A lot of the really big schools in America, in Europe and in Russia, they have help from the government. And in whatever country you're in, people know that if you want to dance ballet, you go to the Bolshoi School or you go to the Paris Opera School. But that doesn't really exist in America. So I'm trying to, you know, bring awareness to that, even in the Phoenix area. I grew up here. I know what it's like. And I know that there's a great school in the Phoenix area that can train male dancers very, very well.
Let's talk about you. How did you get involved in ballet? When was the first time you said, I think I like this?
When I saw Fred Astaire on TV.
Interesting.
In some sort of black and white, obscure movie. And it was my own doing. My parents didn't push me in ballet. In essence, they didn't really know what to do after I showed this interest in dance. But it's just become an absolute obsession and passion of mine. It grew and grew and grew from the age of 8.
And I read somewhere where you said you had, the quote is, a personal journey riddled with hardships. What's that all about?
Well, you know, any sort of personal journey, you know, the sacrifices that I've made to become a professional dancer, it is riddled with hardships. But by that I mean, you know, I was seriously bullied when I was in school, when I was a young teenager. You know, the typical story of doing something different from your peers and being really shot down for it.
And again, that kind of comes back to getting boys interested in ballet. And again, the boys who might be interested, but they're afraid. They're afraid to be picked on. They're afraid to call names. How do you get past that?
You get past that by your own motivation, and you get past that by, you know, really standing up for what you believe in. It's easier for me now that I'm older to look back and say, I wish I would have stood up for myself a bit more. But you get past that by really asking yourself what you love to do. And if what you love to do is dancing, then that's what you love to do.
And you had an experience a lot of experience at Ballet Arizona, correct? That's where you really cut your teeth, huh?
That's really where I started to train really intensely. I had a great teacher there, and it really was the formation that just propelled me into a professional career.
A professional career, and you wound up being, help me figure this out, the first American kind of bigwig to join the Bolshoi,
exactly.
for goodness sakes?
Yes, I'm the first American premier, which the premier is the top spot at the Bolshoi Ballet. And so in essence, I do all of the main roles. I'm, the principal dancer, the star, or whatever word you want to use. So I'm the first American to hold that spot, and it's, hundreds and hundreds of years of history.
How did they react?
They were a little apprehensive at first. I had the whole administration backing me up. They made this substantial offer. I was excited to go. It was a huge risk for me and for them. But I noticed the dancers were a little standoffish at the beginning. No one was rude, but they really warmed up to me after a while,
Isn't that something? And now, as far as, I always ask this, when we get someone from opera or the finer arts on, I always ask this because I think some people go to these events and they think they should be they like it, but they think they're missing something, or they should be appreciating it more than they are. When you go to a ballet, what do you look for? If you're a neophyte, what should you do after you sit down and the lights dim?
When the lights dim, it's a magical moment, something is about to start. So once it starts, it completely boils down to the fact of whether you like it or not. And if you're looking at a ballet for 2 hours, just decide what you like, decide maybe what you don't like, maybe what you thought was boring, maybe what excited you. It really goes down to personal taste, whether you have this refined sort of palette or whether you're seeing the ballet for the first time. It's like art in general. You know what you like and you know what you don't like. It doesn't have to be this, amazingly educated view. It's whether it moves you or not. Whether you have this emotional reaction or whether you don't really like it.
It's kind of like poetry, where you can either diagram and get the stanzas and get the meters and the iambic pentameters and all that, or you can just look at the words and go, those words, that's neat. I like that.
Exactly.
Okay, the scholarship. What does it cover? Who's eligible? How do you apply?
It covers the yearly tuition. It covers all expenses for the year. You apply by either calling the School of Ballet Arizona or going on their website. And, it's just, right now it's bringing awareness to the Valley. It's bringing awareness that if there are young, males, boys out there that want to dance, they have a place to do it. And they can receive, financial support and a mentorship and just kind of that extra push that they may need to fall in love with dance.
Very good. Well, David, thank you so much. Good luck with the scholarship and continued success on your career. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pleasure.